Hello friends, we all are going through a very tough time for coronavirus, and unfortunately this time is going to be tougher in next few coming months. And you all know that there is no definite treatment for the coronavirus or COVID-19. Only symptomatic treatment can be given. This vaccine for the virus is not yet invented. So what we can do, we can keep ourselves free from contamination of the virus. Or simply to understand, we say that stay home and stay safe. But we need to know little more scientific information. When somebody sneeze or cough or talks, the amount of the particle come out from our mouth or the nose, how big those are and how fast they can coming up. I'll share some of the information. When somebody sneezes, the speed of the particle come out, you'll be surprised, it is 50 meter per second. 180 kilometer per hour. And when somebody is coughing, the speed of the particle come out is about 36 kilometer per hour. And the size of the particle as a range from 100 micron to 5 micron. And definitely this heavier particle droplet will goes down, precipitated immediately nearer, but the smaller particles, say 50 micron or lesser up to 5 micron, that can goes up to 10 meter distance. As we all know, and we are getting information in the social media that 2 meter is enough, but 2 meter may not be enough, may not be safe actually. And I'll show a graphical presentation. When we talk, when we cough or sneeze, what are the sizes of the particle coming out from our mouth and noses, and what distance they travel in a combination. You can see here in this. So when normally now I'm talking, so a lot of droplets and particle is coming out, which we cannot see actually because this is much smaller in its sizes. And there is also one wrong information I've seen in social media, and many people also telling that as a common people we don't need to wear this N7, N95 or N90 grade or the surgical mask kind of things. Any normal clothes or the hanky will be enough. You just cover your nose and all these things. What is mask basically? It is a filter of the air which we inhale. Now what is filter? Filter is something which has got a perforation which is smaller than the particle which want to filtering. Then we need to know what is the filtering size of the mask and what is the size of the virus. That is very important. But many people have a wrong information. Some people say the size of the coronavirus is 400 micron. Many people say. Some people say 100 micron. This is a completely wrong information. There are basic information you all have gone through in school life. Smallest particle is the atom and molecule which comes below 1 nanometer. And virus, the range of virus size, any kind of virus, it is about 30 nanometer to 500 nanometer. And bigger than virus is bacteria. Then bigger than bacteria is the animal cell, and so on. So size of the virus, even it cannot be 1 micron. Maximum size of the virus can go up to 600, 700 nanometer only. You can see here in this chart. And size of the corona, you can see, I'll show the size of the different other viruses. And also the coronavirus, the microscopic picture of the electronic microscopic picture of the coronavirus, where size of the virus is about 100 nanometer only. You can see here in this picture. Now, say we understood size of the virus is 100 nanometer, but we cannot visualize because we have never seen how small is 100 nanometer actually. If we know even, we cannot visualize and we cannot implement it where it's needed. Now I like to give a very simple example. How small is 100 nanometer? We know our hair, the cross section or the diameter of the hair on an average is 50 micron. Is very small. Now if we take the cross section of a hair and cut it into 500 equal pieces, the small length, individual length of 500 portion of one hair is equal to 100 nanometer, which is equivalent to the diameter of the COVID-19 or coronavirus. So you can understand, it just cannot be seen through any normal biological microscope. It can be seen only through electronic microscope. Now, the mask, there are many, we have a lot of miscommunication about the mask. Many people nowadays, even the politicians are also saying, big people are saying, you prepare any mask with any clothes or something and that will protect. That's not a very scientific advice. There is a standard for this kind of mask, and masks are basically depending on the type. There are three type of use. One is single use mask, one is surgical mask, one is respiratory mask, or which is, as a common man we know nowadays due to corona, that N95 mask. And all these has got different international standards, that is ASTM F2100 or EN 14683 this kind of standards are there. And this mask can be made through this process only. It is not that somebody cuts some clothes with few layer and stitch it and it can become a mask. It's not so easy. You can see the standards of the mask. There is a engineering standards for this. And by the time we all know or heard about N95 mask. What is N95? What N stands for and what is 95 stands for? There is an organization named National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health, where there are three categories of mask. One is an N series mask, one is a R series mask, one is a P series mask. And depends on application, this mask are used to advise. Now, N series mask is a kind of mask which is not resistance to oil, and the filtration efficiency of the mask is 95%. It means 95% of the airborne particle will be filtered through this kind of mask. It means N95. And the basic difference between respiratory mask and surgical mask, normal surgical mask, is normal surgical mask, it has got 3 layers, and respiratory mask, it has got one more layer extra, that is 4 layer mask. You can see here in this picture. And now there are 3 kind of masks we are using nowadays for corona protection. One is mask made with normal cloths, one is N95, and another in between stage. Now this N95 and N90 equivalent mask, it can protect us from the contamination of the virus. As I said, the diameter of the corona is 100 nanometer and it cannot come out or flow in a dry condition. So there are some droplets will be there. So altogether its size will be 400 to 500 nanometer. So this N95 and N90 mask, it can filter up to 300 nanometer small particles with an efficiency of 95%. And the common cloth masks, it can filter up to 64% only. So using mask with common clothes, actually this is not advisable. And many people also have a very misconception, like as masks are costly, so whether we can wash it or reuse or we can sanitize it. No. Scientifically, You cannot reuse a mask or sanitize a mask or wash it. If you wash a mask, this clothes or the filter quality will deteriorate and it will not give any such result actually. If you find this information, sir, important, you can share with your friends. Stay home and stay safe. Thank you so much.